Have you ever looked around your life and realized you have everything you once wanted? The job, the relationship, the comfort, the security. And yet there's this strange, hollow silence inside you. You scroll endlessly. You buy things you don't need. You chase validation like oxygen. But when the noise fades, the question remains, why do I still feel empty? Arthur Schopenhauer, the philosopher of pessimism, had an unsettling answer. He believed this emptiness isn't a glitch in your happiness. It's the natural state of human existence, because beneath every desire, every goal, and every achievement lies something darker. A truth about the endless hunger of the human will. But here's the twist. Understanding this darkness might just be the key to finally feeling alive. Schopenhauer once wrote, "Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom." A grim statement, but maybe one that explains your quiet dissatisfaction. In this video, we'll explore Schopenhauer's dark truth about why fulfillment always slips through your fingers and how thinkers like Nietzsche and Jung later transformed this despair into awakening. We'll uncover how modern psychology quietly confirms what ancient philosophers already knew, that your emptiness is not your enemy, it's a doorway. So, if you value deep thought, emotional honesty, and self-awareness, subscribe to the Psyche, like this video, and share your reflections in the comments. Because here, we don't escape from truth. We face it. Subscribe, like Spur, and share your thoughts below. Schopenhauer's central idea was that the root of all human suffering is desire itself. He called it the will, a blind, restless force driving every living being. According to him, we don't choose our desires. They possess us. We want, we strive, we grasp, and when we get what we want, the satisfaction vanishes like mist. He wrote, "Every satisfaction is merely the starting point of a new desire." Think about that. Every goal you achieve doesn't end your hunger, it multiplies it. You buy the dream car. Soon, it's just a car. You find the perfect partner. Then you crave novelty, excitement, something more. Even peace becomes another pursuit on your list. Modern psychology echoes this in the concept of hedonic adaptation, the tendency for humans to quickly return to a baseline of dissatisfaction after positive experiences. We're wired to want more, always more, and society applauds it. Chase your dreams, they say. Never settle. But Schopenhauer would argue this is like chasing the horizon. You'll never reach it. So when you feel empty, even after making it, you're not broken. You're just experiencing the truth of human desire, the endless appetite of the will. To understand how we got trapped in this cycle, let's go back 2 centuries, to a lonely philosopher in early 19th century Germany, whose works were ignored during his lifetime, but later influenced Nietzsche, Freud, and even Einstein. Schopenhauer observed life as a paradox. We are driven by an irrational will to live, and yet that very drive ensures we'll never be satisfied. He saw this reflected in everything. The artist who obsesses over perfection, the scientist who sacrifices love for discovery, the lover who destroys peace for passion. Have you ever chased something so hard that even when you got it, the joy faded faster than you expected? That's the will, mocking your victory. Society says fulfillment comes from success, fame, pleasure, and wealth. But truth says none of these can fill the void, because the void isn't out there. It's inside. Nietzsche, Schopenhauer's rebellious student, took this despair and flipped it. He said, if you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. But instead of running, Nietzsche suggested dancing with the abyss, creating meaning through strength, art, and self-overcoming. Jung would later add another layer, that this emptiness might be a signal from the unconscious, calling you to integrate what you've ignored, your shadow, your forgotten self. So maybe your emptiness isn't a curse, it's a message. It's your psyche whispering, there's more to you than the mask you wear. Think about a time you achieved something big, a promotion, a milestone, maybe even your dream life. And yet, in quiet moments, you felt detached. That's not failure. That's the soul awakening. Modern neuroscience reveals something Schopenhauer intuited centuries ago, that the human brain is designed for wanting, not having. Dopamine spikes during anticipation, not satisfaction. And it's not the achievement that lights you up, it's the chase. And when the chase ends, the silence feels unbearable. But here's where philosophy meets healing. Because if the will is endless, then true peace can't come from feeding it. It comes from stepping outside of it. Schopenhauer believed art, contemplation, and compassion were portals out of the will's prison. When you lose yourself in music, in beauty, or in empathy, you momentarily stop craving. You simply are. That's not escape, it's transcendence. Jung would call this process individuation, the journey of uniting your conscious self with the deeper, often hidden parts of your psyche. It's when you stop trying to become something and start to be. Think of it this way. You've been climbing a mountain, chasing happiness at the summit. But the summit doesn't exist because happiness isn't a peak. It's the stillness between steps when you finally stop resisting the climb. So if you've been feeling empty, restless, or disillusioned, know this. You're not broken. You're awakening. This is your permission to stop pretending everything's fine, to sit with the void, to listen to it, to learn from it. Because the void is not absence, it's potential. Here's Schopenhauer's dark truth. Distilled. Life will never satisfy you because it was never meant to. But that's not a reason for despair. It's an invitation to go beyond the game of wanting. When you stop demanding life to fulfill you, you start to experience a quieter, deeper form of peace, one that doesn't depend on outcomes. Nietzsche called this amor fati, the love of fate. To love your life not because it's perfect, but because it is yours with all its chaos, beauty, and impermanence. So the next time you feel that emptiness rising, don't rush to fill it. Breathe. Listen. Let it teach you. Because maybe the point was never to escape the void, but to find yourself inside it. If this resonated with you, subscribe to the Psyche Storm, share this with someone who feels the same, and tell us your story in the comments. Together, we'll keep exploring the depths of the mind, one truth at a time. Subscribe, share, and comment your reflections below.